did set the alarm clock.
How you doing, Mark? Good. Cold, but good. Yeah. Crazy one.
That's for Courtney.
It's not on. It's not on.
The mic's on.
Hello.
They're not on?
Can you guys hear this out there?
Oh, now, hey.
Testing.
I didn't set it up. I don't know where.
Jumping jack.
The meeting.
How you doing, Becky?
Good, how are you?
I was kidding about the we on one side and this
That's
until
what
we
we
get
were talking about.
organized.
I said, that's pretty cool. I'll bring candy for the girls. You guys can sit.
Did you turn it on?
They can.
Yeah, I think it's on.
There you go.
It doesn't feel like these are on. I know I know what. Probably that little room over there, but.
Still not on. I don't need this anyhow.
Well, I need it to record so I can look back on it.
What? Oh, you don't have a mic over there.
Might be the batteries, Bill. Somebody got doggone batteries.
Mine.
Are these on? These still sound like they're on.
They're not on either.
Yeah, none of the microphones are working.
You should have heard the wind blow through the...
Yeah.
Testing.
I guess they're not working.
There's always some little snafu to begin with.
Thing work.
What
Is
is it?
some control panel there?
I can hear his feet really loud. Are you sure they're not on?
It's just the
Just
shoes.
the echo.
Yeah, the echo.
Nothing.
His shoe sounds like he's got taps in
Let's see what he's wearing.
Well, you always can tell Courtney too.
We got a big sound.
I trust shoes on.
John and I don't have to do nothing. We just sit back and they get it all set.
Someone's getting
They're
a call
good
in.
report.
There it goes.
Somebody's getting a call in there. They did it on purpose.
Well, especially with Jeff. What did he say? He has a migraine.
Oh, yeah, where is he?
Migraine.
Oh,
This weather's
Hey, be
affecting
very
people.
careful.
hey.
It's something.
Did you get it figured out?
In water.
Are these working? Huh?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Mount Sterling Village Council meeting on January 8th of 2018. 17. January 8th, 2018. I'll call this meeting to order. We'll do the Pledge of Allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Now I have on my schedule a roll call and introductions. So with that, I might as well introduce our new council people tonight. Tammy Van Sickle and Becky Martin and Tom Ward. I look forward to working with all of you this year. I think it's going to be a exciting year for our community. And with that said, we'll do a roll call.
Okay, Lowell,
Yes, I'm here.
David,
Here.
Tom,
Present.
Rebecca,
Here.
Tammy,
Here.
and Becky.
Here.
We have no executive session scheduled. I would like a motion to
accept the minutes from the December 11th council meeting.
Have that motion?
Second?
I'll
I second.
Thank you.
Is that Ward or Rebecca?
Doesn't matter.
Well, I knew we said it, but okay.
You want to vote, or we go to the next one? We vote them together. Okay, roll call on the minutes for December 11th.
Lowell,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Rebecca,
Yes.
Tammy,
Yes.
and Becky.
Yes.
Thank you. And now I need a motion to accept the minutes for the December 13th special meeting that we had called.
I make a motion.
I'll second.
Roll call vote, please.
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Rebecca,
Yes.
Tammy,
Yes.
and Becky.
Yes.
Thank you. Normally, we'd have a sheriff's report right now, but Mr. Dill, I believe, had migraines today, and he won't be here. We're going ahead with the business at hand with Mr. Deal later on in the meeting, but he will not give a sheriff's report. Law director report.
I have no report, Mayor.
No report. Now, I would like to introduce you all to the utilities clerk, Misty Vance,
Hi, Missy.
who has been doing an amazing job in that water and sewer plant. And she's going to give a report tonight.
Thank you for the introduction. That was really kind of you.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been here since June, and it's been a trial. It's been fun. I'm glad to be here, and I consider it an honor. I don't want anyone out there paying any more, any less than they should, and that's my goal, to make sure that everybody's, it's fair to everyone. And I think we're gaining a lot of trust. When I first started, there were no payments being put in the box. It'll be full at the beginning of the billing cycle. So that I think we're slowly. It's about communication and getting to know each other and trusting each other once again. But today, just some facts here. We received about $8,000 today in payments, about $125, and then out of that breaks down to about 87 checks, 10 credit card payments, and about 30 cash payments. So, like I said, when I first started, there were very rare would I ever receive a cash payment. I've also taken over the OOPS assignments. It's Ohio Utilities Protection Services, and that was done by our administrator, or village administrator, and by the street supervisor. And that's, oh golly, recently they've replaced about 15 lights in town. The first one was caught in on 11/6, and the residents or the citizens can't understand why they're not getting to them more quickly. But it's hurricane, all kinds of emergencies. And then thanks to Billy, I don't know how many you found after driving around at dark, probably
8 or 10?
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
And then, so they seem to be moving rather slowly, getting our lights replaced. So I just had an idea, maybe I should start calling them every day. And I know I wouldn't want to hear from me every day. So after about a week of that, we saw them outside. Something worked.
It worked.
It worked, right, Billy?
It worked.
So there's, that's just one of the many things that OOPS does. Before they dig, they call us. We have to go out there and mark, no matter how small the job is. If we go to replace meters, no matter how little that we're doing the excavation, even if it's moving dirt from around the meter pit, we have to call and report it to them. Somebody has to pitch in and do some of this work, right, Courtney? And she's doing a great job. I just doing what I can on the time that allows. And then with the meters, we're trying to replace a meter. When I started, there were around 175 that needed replaced. They're manual meters. last meeting, they replaced around 30. About 6 of those required a valve replacement, which is a lot of work. Some of them had no shut-offs at the road, so they just had to replace it live, and that's just with opening a full-blown pipe. And, so they worked really hard. I really appreciate it. Tyler and Dennis have done a lot of that. Working with me, getting them replaced. We had 12 more to go. We had 12 more meters that we have available to replace right now, I should say, on hand. And we plan on replacing those meters, there's 12 this week, as long as the frozen pipes and things like that, as long as they thaw a little bit. No pun intended there, but they we had main break day and some other issues arise that we didn't count on. We still have about 135 to go, and I think that's about it. If there's any questions, I'll be happy to answer, and if I can, I'll get back with you.
Thank
Mitzi,
you.
one thing I want to compliment is our water workers. I saw them in action today down that street. It looked like Old Faithful, and there they were in that cold weather getting that fixed. And that is not easy when you're wet and cold. And we've got a good crew. It really does a good job.
I'm willing to do
Yes.
whatever it takes to real team players. I mean, it just wasn't the one that you saw on.
Yes.
There were, I mean, even this evening, somebody came in and the customers, she had just had hip surgery. She got home from the hospital and a busted pipe just flowing. And her daughter was like, my mom can't go near that. And so I know she called Chris and he got right over there and got it stopped. So there were quite a few of them just today alone.
Especially if we had all them sub-zero temperatures, and we're grateful to have good work and willing to get out in the cold like that, and it's not an easy job.
You're right. Ronnie came out this morning. One was frozen over at the drive-through, and he went over there and got it unfroze. So, yeah, I'm pretty thankful that I can call him and count on him. I told him if I could help, I would. But
Yeah. Also,
they're like,
yeah.
We'll give that to the experts, right?
And Mitzi, I want to compliment you. You're doing a real good job on getting the delinquent bills
Yep.
caught up too. You're doing a great job on
Well,
that.
I'm trying. We're kind of holding steady at around 7,000, but there's some issues with them. And Billy's going to help me tomorrow on those. I'm hesitant to say it, but it's the truth. Some of these places, I don't even know who lives in these residents. Our system was set up to bill, like if it had a person's name as vacant, it would not even bill. So some of these haven't been billed for years. I changed the name over to resident, and it sent out a bill automatically, and I sent a note with some of those saying, please contact me. We had a guy call today. This residence hadn't been billed since the beginning of 2016.
Wow.
And he apologized. He
That's
said,
just
"I dropped the
one.
ball." Yeah,
That's one.
There's
She's
Wow.
got
many.
lots more.
Yeah.
Lots more.
And so he called today. I mean, he apologized, and I said, I need $150 now to get it put in your name. And he did. He knew that.
Good.
There's another lady that hadn't paid since 2010. And she came in and we approved to get some of those fees off there, and she paid over $800 right then on the credit card.
That's good.
And she apologized. I said, but isn't it good to get it off your shoulders? And she was like, yeah, she was afraid we were going to be upset, but it's it works out. And like I said, I don't want to pay it anymore or anything to anybody else. So that's my goal when I started. So still coming up with some little issues, but we'll work them out eventually. It'll all be worked out.
I know it will. She walked into 10 years of absolutely neglecting the responsibility that those people had for 10 or 12 years. And she walked in, and she's now trying to turn that 10 or 12 year period of a waste of money, a loss of large amounts of money that we won't even bother talking about. But she's doing an amazing job. She's taken on several different jobs. She's doing a good job. I appreciate both of these girls.
Thank you.
I don't know what I'd do without them.
My only issue is I just want it done and I want it done now. And that's hard. I mean, I know that's hard for her too.
Right.
We struggle with that. But here's some extra calendars. If anybody wants any calendars, feel free to take it. They're desk calendars. The state auditors gave them to us, and I told them we had a bunch already, and I think they didn't. They just wanted to get rid of them. So and now I'm trying to get rid of them to you guys. So how about
Now, I'm going to excuse you. You got to leave, right?
I do.
She has to leave.
I thought it
You're fine, you're fine.
My daughter, I got pretty excited. She's on HGTV tonight with the House Hunter show.
Oh my gosh.
The Ovaltine.
She wants to go home and watch her daughter on TV. Which
Oh,
I don't
that's
blame. I would too.
It's like I'm in
Thank-
trouble if I'm not there.
Right.
That's about that.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for the good work,
Misty,
Betsy.
thanks, Hank.
I appreciate all of you.
Okay.
One thing she failed to
Yes.
mention
Yes.
was that we've had people come in, senior citizens, and say, I didn't get a senior citizen discount on my last water bill.
Uh-huh.
And we say, what? Well, I always got a senior citizen discount.
There was a lot of discounts out there.
Yeah.
Yes, there were.
A lot of discounts that we found out
Right.
about
Yeah.
that they don't get anymore.
Well, we weren't supposed to be doing it then either.
I know we wasn't, but we wasn't supposed to be doing a lot of stuff in that water department, and now people don't understand. You know, why am I getting a water bill now? Or why'd my water bill go up? Now you're paying what you're supposed to pay. She's doing an amazing job in there. You know, we're starting to actually make some money in there now.
Yep.
Now, my fiscal officer, Miss Courtney, will give a update.
A village update, yes. Okay, so I just want to first welcome the new council members to our first meeting for 2018, and I look forward to working with all of you. Again, I'm always here. If you have any questions, I'm always available. So I just wanted to lend you that hand, and you know, it's new and it's your first meeting, so I didn't want to give you too much information. But I kind of want to, you know, rewind on Misty here in regards to some of my report. Is, you know, we've changed a lot of meters, and I don't want to say the same thing that, you know, we've all been saying up here for the past 10 minutes. But we have been making progress, and that's the thing, is that we've neglected so many water meters where you're just being estimated. So you could have two people live in there and get estimated at one unit. So, I mean, there's a lot of money to recover that we found, and a lot of money that we can finally bring back to the village where it's been given as a discount, or given, like, you know, like Lowell said, at a senior discount, or just given away. And I feel that, you know, with the residents, like, she's making the phone calls, she's, you know, putting it out there, like, you know, you haven't paid for several years now, and we need to get back onto that, and we need to be a zero tolerance village of, you know, you pay for what you get.
That's right.
And there's other villages around here that they have a zero tolerance. There is not one delinquent payment, you know, the places I've talked to. So I've kind of spoke with them on how they do those records, you know, how we can sort of position ourselves to make sure that, you know, we're where we're supposed to be. So you know, she kind of took lead on some of those that I kind of, you know, had in my report. So I do want to, I do want to thank the guys, because today was, if something couldn't go bad, I guess I don't say that because the day's not over, but there's, you know, they had the water main break, and Billy was out there with the water spraying up like a fountain.
Yeah.
And, you know, they took action, and they are who we can, you know, call on, and I appreciate every single one of them. They did snow removal, they've done putting out the ice, you know, the salt for
This
the
morning,
ice.
4 o'clock.
Yep, Ronnie came in at 4 o'clock, so I do want to thank them. I also want to get into some village news. We did go full operation on December the 20th. Thank you to Chris and Tyler for making this transmission smooth. So we did full 100% operation at the new water plant. So if you guys have any concerns, I noticed I've been getting a lot of good feedback and comments from the residents saying that the water is looking a lot better than it used to, because, again, we're not putting lime into it.
Softer.
Yeah, so they said that there's a lot of people that noticed that, especially the people, you know, I would say probably around the dairy freeze that that had gotten that pump the first. So we've had a lot of compliments, so if you guys have any questions or concerns, or you're seeing any notice or difference in that, or a change in your water, please feel free to contact me. But thus far, I haven't heard anything bad, but again, let me know if you guys see anything different. Okay, so I've actually, in the midst of, being in a physical emergency, we think of ways to, to be cheaper. So where we currently get our meters from, because as we keep replacing meters, we're going to have to buy more meters. So I've been looking out to outside vendors to kind of get a cheaper, way to buy these, because we would be buying in bulk. So I'm working with 2 vendors right now on obtaining cheaper quotes. The village, so kind of rewind back to Christmas time, because we haven't had our last meeting, I think this time last month. We held our Christmas lunch for both current and old council members and mayors. It was nice and enjoyable, and I wanted to thank everybody that came out. We had a potluck and kind of, had a good time, I think. I think a lot of us, talked and laughed and carried on and got to know each other a lot more, so that was quite enjoyable. Let's see. Over the past few weeks, we've had the employees, like I said, been coming out and clearing, so I've been having to call them, especially at Christmas Eve. There was a guy that came in on Christmas Eve to kind of salt to make sure that the roads were drivable and passable. So if in the future you guys are seeing, or you have an opportunity, this is your opportunity to change it. If you want to see something different, or you guys have any complaints or concerns, or even the compliments, I do welcome those. So let me know if you guys see any changes out there or anything's happening. Let me know. And like I said, we've had issues at the Mad Hatter. The pipe was frozen, so we kind of had to get that warmed up for one of ours, and plus the dairy freeze today. And Missy talked about the drive-through. We've had issues over there. And then again, we probably had 4 or 5 residents today that couldn't get their water and stuff on. So again, call us, let us know if you guys are seeing any issues out there. We will be meeting, Billy and I and the water operators will be meeting with the EPA soon to be next week to decommission the old water plant. So once this one's up and running, we do have to decommission the old one. So we will be talking with the EPA on how to do that legally to make sure that things are, abandoned. Some of the wells need to be abandoned, some of the electrical stuff, and what we're going to do as a backup for that old water plant. So the EPA will come in here and let us know how to decommission that. And I also, and this is, this is a big win as well, because, with me being the fiscal officer, I kind of look in regards to grants. I was able to find around $26,000 from the ODNR grants. And these were grants that were taken out in 2015 and 14 in regards to the community park over here at the walking path and the grants that we had up there. So $26,000, I'm working with ODNR to get that back in regards to, setting that up for the community and for the park. So that's a big win on ours.
Courtney, is there a chance we could use some of that money for sidewalks?
No, because of under being a physical emergency, it's going to go back into the debt.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I just wondered.
It's going to be restricted, so.
Okay.
But we do have a gentleman coming in. We're going to work on some grants for the sidewalks and the.
Great.
Yeah.
There's not a lot to tell you now, because we're just in the talking stages right now about it. But we'll tell you more as it progresses.
Yeah. And right now I'm working as my fiscal officer duties. I'm working on closing out year end, so I'm still communicating with the auditors daily in regards to the financial state and the status of the village, and working on my closing out. So that's kind of what I've been busy working on. I'm also working with the 2 chemical companies on getting cheaper chemicals for the new water plant, because as we know, a lot of the excuses of, well, we've just always went with them and that's just how it's always been. So, and my philosophy is, if we can get something cheaper,
definitely,
for the same, product that we need. Obviously, our chemicals are going to be changing. We're not going to be using lime at the new water plant. So, I'm working with 2 chemical companies to get those cheaper, so that we can save money there at the water plant. So, I'm getting a few quotes from them. There was also some damage that was done at the Mason Park, where the grass area before the first diamond is. Somebody decided to run donuts through it and wet the grass. So we're working with the Sheriff's Department at that in regards to getting those repaired and replaced. And I also wanted to say, I mean, in terms of, I guess, in Jack's present or absence, we wanted to kind of get the community more in the know. And I think, you know, as Billy has said, you know, being very transparent. You know, we're welcoming every comment, concern, compliment, complaint, you know, appreciation, any ideas that you guys have. So I feel like through the website now with technology, that's the way we need to kind of communicate with everybody. So we're going to be very active on our website and making sure that we're posting any alerts, closings, you know, street repairs, plowing issues, you know, issues with the village or, you know, with the surrounding areas. I do want to become more active on there so that you guys are contacting and communicating through the village's website. If there's a concern, if there's a compliment, I mean, obviously we're going to welcome and exercise each one of those from every resident. So I want to be very open to say, you know, look forward to our website to get some of those updates and alerts. But if you guys have any suggestions, feel free to let me know. But we will be utilizing the village website very soon. Okay, so that's all I have for my village updates. Now on to my reports. So I believe you guys have in front of you, let's look at the appropriation status. And I sat on Friday with some of the new council members to kind of fill them in on how to read these reports so that, you know, when we're here, you guys are understanding what that means. We're going to be in the process of getting you guys some training from the local government services.
Good.
To getting you guys put on the calendar to go to Columbus to get some of those trainings. And I'll let you all know that. But we kind of give them a crash course to let them know what they need to be looking at, you know, to double check what I'm doing. I mean, and that's the thing is I want you guys to see if there's any issues or mistakes or anything that I'm showing that's reporting incorrectly. So if you guys want to first look at your appropriation status report. And again, as we always look for the year-to-date expenditures is really what, you know, council really wants to look at, is what did we expend for the month of December. And as you know, it is a very high increase this month, or last month, at 98%. And that's going to be located on page 3. So for the general fund, there was 98% expenditure, but again, it was due to our loans that we've had, our quarterly, you know, sheriff's contract. So that's not at our 50 like I normally quote. So I just wanted to kind of give you guys an idea on that. And then I'm just going to talk a little bit because I know we've, you know, kind of talked about this on Friday. Another big one is our water fund. That also was the carrier of our loans and principals on some of those loan payments. And again, loan payments will start every July and every December it will be expended. So that's when you'll see definitely that increase of expenditure. And I think on that, I mean, these are just high numbers at this point just because of those loans that had to be sent out. So that was your appropriation. And then your cash summary by fund. And just because I'm in my year end, so a lot of my receipts and stuff cannot be, you know, processed or posted until I've closed out for year end. So it's not like your monthly. Once I close out for the year, I have to close all of it for the year. So some of my receipts I can't post due to the 2018. But as you can see, it shows there the negative of 62,000. Again, loans, contractual.
Yep.
And then my receipt listing that I have. And your receipt listing is basically any revenue or funds that have come into the village. So I receipt this and present to you guys how much revenue has come in. Generally, you're going to see it from the water and sewer department. You'll also see the RETA that's in here, and then our Treasury of State county amounts. Any questions so far on this?
And what's a Huntington?
The Huntingtons are IBI.
Okay.
So that's one of our other loans, and that's just a transfer. So basically, what happens is these were the loans that were signed off years ago, and basically what happens is we get a check. The state and the county wants to see it come in and come out. So we get a check deposited into our bank account, and then we process a check out. Those are how those loans work. And payment listings is the next one. And again, we kind of went over these on Friday, but just to give you an idea of some of these, things that we're not going to see, which is, I think, is a bonus for us because this is money savings. If you see the lime and stone, that will not be an expense any longer. That was an expense over at the old water plant. So that's about $1,500 less that we have to pay for that. Again, that loan for $407,000, that's your water. You only see that every 6 months. And then the WD Farms is our hauling of our sludge. Any questions on those financial reports thus far? Too fast? Too soon? Too much? Yeah. Okay, so moving on to the RETA. I've given you guys 2 RETA reports because, again, since we didn't have our last meeting in December, I usually report 1 RETA report each meeting. You will see the RETA amount for December of 15, and then you'll see the January 2nd. For the January 2nd of 18, it was $45,000, and for the 12/15, 2017 was $13,000. And I'm looking to kind of get some more information on the whole RETA income stuff on how to save the village again money in that regards. Yeah. Because we pay a lot of retainers for RETA. Yeah. And we don't know how many residents out there maybe that don't pay the RETA. Because RETA's not a collection agency, they're just a tax agency that receives it and processes it. So I'm look forward to kind of reporting this in my next couple meetings about getting some changes made to this.
Fantastic.
And gaining some write-offs. Yeah. Okay, last but not least, I know I've kind of, stop me if I go too fast, but I have my December 2017 bank reconciliation. If I would like to pass it around and for you guys to view it, you will have to sign off on it. The only thing that you will see different here was a deflating bank error because there was a customer had stopped a payment on their check. Okay, so I receipted it back at the beginning of the month, but then they issued a stop payment weeks later. So you'll see that difference here. And I think I'm it right now.
I do have a question.
Yes.
On the receipts, the $35,000 from Huntington National Bank.
Yes. You will see that on your receipt listing for $35,410. That's the check that comes in for IBI. So when we have that water loan, they'll send us the check, and that's that direct transfer.
Also on the cash summary,
Yes.
The fund that was $35,000 in the red.
36,000.
Moving Ohio forward.
Yeah. Now it's not listed on here now, so we have that resolved.
It's actually at fund number 2063.
It's on there.
And it's a negative 36,900.
Oh, I see it now.
Now, what will happen to that, just to let you guys know, is that 36,000, again, there are 6 criteria that make you put into a fiscal emergency. Mm-hmm. Okay, so this was one of them. Is one of your funds becomes a negative, and in this case, working with the state, they recommend us to go ahead and take that negative 36,000 and transfer it to the general. Okay, which means that it's going to inflate the general fund an additional 36,000. So just to keep an eye out on that, we may look at it, right now as a positive or a low negative, but that is $36,000 is going to be transferred to the general. Mm-hmm. So you guys will see an inflate in that.
But the 36,000 we have it here, the minus 36 is not included in the top pool.
Correct. That's right.
Not.
That's right. It's not.
All right.
Can you pass it around that way, please?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody.
You can sign it.
Okay. You done?
Yeah, you just go ahead and do mine.
I am.
You want a motion on all these
Uh,
presentations?
Yes, I'm going to make a motion to accept the appropriation status. I have to do all these single file.
All single.
That's what I thought. Okay, I need a motion to accept the appropriation status report.
I'll give you that motion.
And I'll second.
Thank you, thank you. Roll call vote, please.
Lowell,
Yes?
David,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Rebecca,
Yes.
Tammy,
Yes.
and Becky.
Yes.
Now I need a motion to accept the cash summary report that is in your packet.
I
I'll
make a
that
motion.
No. I'll second.
Thank you. Roll call vote, please.
Okay. Yes?
David,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Rebecca,
Yes.
Tammy,
Yes.
and Becky.
Yes.
Now, I need a motion to accept the receipt listing report that Courtney showed you, or it's in your packet.
You'll have that motion?
Thank you.
I'll
Second.
Thank you. Roll call vote, please.
Lowell,
Yes?
David,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Rebecca,
Yes.
Tammy,
Yes.
and Becky.
Yes.
Now I need a motion to accept the payment listing report that was in your packet. Thank you. Second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Roll call vote.
Figured if I said something you would.
Lowell,
Yes?
David,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Rebecca,
Yes.
Tammy,
Yes.
Becky.
Yes.
Now I need a motion to accept both Rita reports that was in your packet.
You have that motion?
Thank you.
I second.
Thank you. Roll call vote.
Lowell,
Yes?
David,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Rebecca,
Yes.
Tammy,
Yes.
Becky.
Yes.
And last but not least, I need a motion to accept the December 2017 bank reconciliation report that was in your packet. Thank you. Second, please.
Yeah.
Thank you. Roll call vote.
Lowell,
Yes?
David,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Rebecca,
Yes.
Tammy,
Yes.
Becky.
Yes.
Okay, that settles the finance. And I know council doesn't come in very often, but trust me when I tell you that these two girls are trying to save. When I say they're tight, they're stingy. They are trying. For instance, Valtech. That's the phone company that we have. It's a sorry excuse for a phone company.
Yes, it is.
But they've got the contract that they're trying to get a better phone system at a cheaper price. Staples, where they buy their office supplies, they actually turn boxes in for rebates. They save money that way. I've talked to Raps about giving us a discount on the stuff that we get. I heard Misty tell the rug company that she needed the discount on next month's bill because they didn't trade the rugs that they were supposed to trade. She told him, I need a credit on my bill. You know, we're not paying the full bill. The electric company, trust me, they turn out all the lights. They're very aware of leaving lights on. Insurance. The village insurance policy has been distributed to two different insurance companies to try to get a better rate of insurance on everything that the village has to keep insured. So when I tell you that these girls are saving money, they're every day, they're very aware, conscious of how to save money. I'm involved in conversation after conversation of chemicals, how to save money, you know, how to save money on this or that. They're doing a fantastic job. I just want you all to be assured that they're doing a good job on that. And with that said, I will ask Village Council to make a motion to have a President Pro Tem of Council for the year of 2018. You people will select your president. The president will select the committees. So,
Bill, I'd like to make a nomination right now, Rebecca Burns.
Rebecca Burns has a nomination. I need I need
gotta
a
have a
second.
second.
I gotta have a second.
I'll second.
And there's a second for Rebecca Burns. Any discussion?
Do we have any, before we go any further, do we have any more nominations?
That's what I meant to ask.
Okay.
Discussion. Any more nominations? No discussions?
Then we need to have a motion to close nominations.
Okay. I need a motion to close the nominations for president of council.
I'll make that
You
motion.
make that? I need a second?
I'll second.
Thank you.
Roll call.
Roll call vote to close the nominations for president of council.
Okay, Lowell,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes,
Rebecca,
Yes.
Tammy,
Yes.
and Becky.
Yes.
I need a vote. Roll call vote on,
I need a roll call vote for Rebecca Burns as president of council for 2018. Roll call.
Lowell,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Tom,
yes.
Rebecca,
Yes.
Tammy,
Yes.
and Becky.
Yes.
Pass.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you very much.
You'll probably hate us later, but,
You'll probably hate me later, no?
I
okay.
want to make a comment, though. Rebecca is a hard worker. I've been on the finance committee with her, and I think she'll guide us the right way. I have a lot of confidence in her.
Okay, her
David,
responsibility will be, you know your responsibility. You'll create the committees.
I'll get right to work on that. The committees are going to be the key to.
That will
we need
be
to
the
get
key.
those
We want
going right away.
We want very aggressive, active, we want energetic committees because we got a lot of plans. We're gonna have a Parks and Rec for the kids in this town. We're planning on having a neighborhood block watch group for this community. We're involved right now creating what's called a Helping Hands Fund in this community. So we're not sitting back here not doing anything. We don't go out and tell, walking up down the sidewalk telling you what we got planned, but we're doing a lot of work up here. We got a lot of good things started for this community. And I think with this council, we're going to get a lot of it done. So, with that, we have a ordinance, 2000, in your packet, 2018-1. That's the strength chart ordinance for the Village of Mount Sterling, amending all prior strength ordinance and declaring emergency. So I make a motion to suspend the rules for 2018-01.
You have that motion?
I'll second.
Second, thank you. A roll call vote?
Lowell,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Rebecca,
Yes.
Tammy,
Yes.
Becky.
Yes.
Motion to put it on one, 2, and 3 readings.
Now I need a motion to place it on 1, 2, and 3 readings.
I'll make that
Give me
motion.
motion.
Thank you, thank you. Roll call vote?
Lowell,
I have to have I think we have to have a second. Did you get a second?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I couldn't hear. Yes, I vote for that.
okay, David,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Rebecca,
Yes.
Tammy,
Yes.
Becky.
Yes.
Motion for passage. Motion for passage.
Motion for passage.
Passage.
Yes, make a motion for passage.
Motion for
Okay.
passage.
Right, okay. Roll call's done? Okay, now I need a motion for passage.
You have that motion,
Of
sir?
218-01. Second, please.
I'll second.
Thank you. Roll call vote for passage.
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Rebecca,
Yes.
Tammy,
Yes.
Becky.
Yes.
Next item, Resolution 2018-2. This is a resolution engaging Jack Deal as Parks and Recreation consultant at the rate of $13 an hour and declaring this an emergency. So I'll need any discussion.
I think Jack does an excellent job, and I'll be glad to have him back in charge of the parks again. He does a real good job.
I agree.
Good with the
Definitely.
children and everything.
In the programs that he comes up with that involves the families, the children, I'm thrilled to see this in our packet for tonight. I think it's a real big win for the community.
So I'll need a motion to suspend the rules.
I'll make that motion.
And I'll
Thank
second.
you. Thank you very much. A roll call for that motion. I had a brain fart.
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Good thing she's over here
Yes.
nudging me.
Tammy,
Yes.
and Becky.
Yes.
Now I need a motion to put it on the first, second, and third reading.
I'll
Have
give you
that motion, Bill.
Thank you, thank you.
Tammy and Becky.
Mm-hmm. Roll call vote, please.
Lowell,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Rebecca,
Yes?
Tammy,
Yes.
and Becky.
Yes.
I need a motion for Pat
To adopt.
to adopt. You're right.
This is a resolution to adopt.
To adopt.
An ordinance is passage.
Oh, okay. Adopt. Thank you. Good thing I got legal counsel.
Yes.
Because we don't know, I don't know what was passed. Okay, to adopt. I need a motion to adopt this resolution, 2018-2.
And the motion?
Thank you,
Second.
thank you. Roll call vote.
Lowell,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Rebecca,
Yes?
Tammy,
Yes.
Becky.
Yes.
I would just like to say one thing. Normally, I'm not big on declaring emergencies, but we felt like we had to get Jackie Deal on board as soon as possible. He's already got a program started. He's done an amazing job, and he legally hadn't even been hired yet, but he's done an amazing job. I think you'll all be surprised. He's going to lead he's already volunteered to lead the neighborhood block watch group to have meetings, classes, whatever it takes to make that happen along with Parks and Rec. So that's why we did that Jackie Deal thing tonight.
Bill, before you go on.
Yes.
Let's explain what an emergency is. It's not the sheriff's department or the ambulance traveling through the village, that kind of an emergency.
Right, it's not.
It puts the legislation into effect now, not
Right.
a month, 30 days from
Right.
now. And people get so confused over the fact that we
Right.
did that. We've had council members before would fight and fight and fight over that.
Right,
And we had to explain it.
right.
So we're putting it into effect so we can use it tomorrow.
Yes, exactly right. That was explained exactly right. Resolution 2018-03. This is a resolution reducing the pay scale of the Class 1 sewer operator, David Klein, from $23 an hour to $17 an hour, and declaring this an emergency. I need a motion to accept Resolution 2018. Is there any discussion?
Well,
What do you want to do? Are you suspending the rules?
Yes, I am
Or are
suspending
you making a
rules.
motion to suspend the rules first?
Okay, and then a discussion. Okay.
Will come after you vote
Very
whether or not to
good.
suspend the rules.
Very good,
I'll make
okay.
a motion to suspend.
To suspend the rules,
Yes.
thank you.
I'll second.
Second, roll call vote to suspend the rules for 2018-03.
Lowell,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Rebecca,
Yes?
Tammy,
Yes.
and Becky.
yes.
Now you're going to put it on 1, 2, 3, and then
Then have a-
then we'll discuss it.
Okay, I'll make a motion to put this on first, second, and third reading.
Yes.
I'll
Second.
second.
Thank you. Roll call vote.
Discussion. Do you have any discussion?
Right now, before a roll call vote? All right, time for discussion.
Okay, what I feel about that is, it's just making the pay, bringing equality to the pay. We have 2 Class 1 licensed operators, one for the water plant and one for the wastewater plant. And by presenting this legislation, it will bring the rate of pay to an equal amount. And I think it is just the last piece that we need to do in order, this is a carryover from last year, and it's just something to make the rate of pay equal for our 2 Class 1 operators. And so I think it's something necessary and to bring fairness.
Thank you.
And with that said, I'm led to believe, hopefully this is correct, that this gentleman this isn't happening in a punitive manner at all. It's just that under previous administration, he was brought in at a much higher rate than someone else. And this is now just to bring fairness, like Rebecca said, back to things. But it's nothing in a reflection on him.
No.
It's just purely to get things back on an even playing field, where previously there was a lot of favoritism and different things going on.
Absolutely correct. It's absolutely correct. And yeah, no reflection whatsoever on performance, which is one of the very difficult, because we definitely value what each of the employees do contribute. But with, being a village under fiscal emergency and the studies that Courtney did last year with other villages, it's bringing it into everything into what we feel is really a fair scale, where there isn't a huge difference between a similar license, a water and wastewater, with a big difference in pay. That was the part that seemed unfair. And so this is to bring it into, balance, but like you said, no, nothing punitive whatsoever.
When you say the prior administration, you go back more than 2 years ago on this issue. It was not done during the last 2 years. It was done prior to 2 years ago.
Right, I think upon hiring.
Upon hiring, he was brought in at a much higher rate of pay.
And another thing that comes into my mind, I think we need to do this because the tests given for the qualifications for the job have not been acquired, and we need to get that straightened out. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Fine person. We're not picking on people. It's business with the person in that job fulfilling the obligations that we need.
Correct.
Okay. With that said,
Roll call.
I need a roll call vote because I have already had it on the first, second, third reading. I need a roll call vote.
Lowell.
Yes?
David.
Yes.
Tom.
Yes.
Rebecca.
Yes?
Tammy.
Yes.
Becky.
Yes.
Move for adoption.
Motion for adoption of 218-3.
You have that motion?
Second?
I second.
Thank you. Roll call vote.
Lowell.
Yes.
David.
Yes.
Tom.
Yes.
Rebecca.
Yes?
Tammy.
Yes.
Becky.
Yes.
Okay. Ordinance 2018-4. A ordinance amending the rules of our village council. I need a...
You're going to suspend, are we going to suspend the rules on this, or are we going to have it on 3 readings?
I am.
That's up to council.
Is there anything against
No, there's
3
not-
readings?
There's nothing against
I
it.
mean, is there anything against adopting it?
No.
But if there,
The only ordinance that you cannot suspend the rules on is the appropriation ordinance.
Yeah, for money.
if there is a change that
That's a problem.
we see that we might want to make, then that would create a
That
problem.
would create a problem. So that's the reason we ordinarily have 3 readings.
Exactly.
I think we should go with 3 readings myself.
Three readings myself.
Yeah.
Okay.
First reading.
First reading, I need a motion for the first reading
I'll make a
on
motion.
ordinance 218-4.
I make that motion.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Thank you. Roll call vote.
Lowell.
Now we're voting on first reading, right?
First reading.
Yep.
Okay. I had a question, so go on to somebody else.
Okay.
Yes.
Tom.
Yes.
Rebecca.
Yes?
Tammy.
Yes.
Becky.
Yes.
Mr. Anderson.
Well, we've already voted on it, so it wasn't making any difference. I'll vote yes, but I wanted to point out some things that Rebecca is the pro tem. And in this ordinance, you have to be very careful because Bill is president of council and Rebecca is the pro tem. So I was reading it and thinking she has the job to do this and this and this. And if you look on page 1, we've already voted, and I shouldn't be talking, but I found it. The president and the pro tem shall determine. So I was thinking that was written wrong because she is the pro tem, but Bill's the president of council. We have to remember that. And it's the bottom of page 1.
The president pro tem is the individual who, my understanding, has been asked to name the individuals to the committees.
Right.
On a temporary basis, what we can do is council can agree by voice vote that will take place, and we'll have it amended by the next council meeting, because I think everybody's under the impression this is going to go fairly quickly as far as appointing members of these committees.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll go ahead and allow Rebecca to go ahead and appoint those members pending the next update, which will be the next council meeting.
Yeah.
Okay.
If we can vote on that, that'd be great.
What are we voting on?
We're voting on allowing, there's a technical error that Mr. Anderson brought up, and I haven't had a chance to look at it that close, so I can't tell you off the top of my head. I don't have the ordinance here. But what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and state that it is the president pro tem who's responsible for the appointment of the members to the committees. Okay? And that's just going to be our motion on a temporary basis until we can get the final ordinance prepared and done to everyone's satisfaction.
Okay.
So that's the motion.
Okay.
I will make a motion that the pro temp be allowed temporarily to form the committees until the next council meeting.
I'll second
I need a
that.
second.
I'll second it.
Okay.
I have discussion on that. Isn't that redundant? Because if we're adopting this, we've
We're not
already just...
adopting it tonight.
You're not adopting it, like...
No, first reading.
Just be first reading.
Yes, I understand that.
So we're just doing it to allow this to go forward as quickly as possible so we can get these committees set
Right,
up.
because we need to get in place.
That's correct, sir.
Okay, I have a motion on the floor. I need roll call vote.
Lowell.
Yes.
David.
Yes.
Tom.
Yes.
Rebecca.
Yes?
Tammy.
Yes.
Becky.
Yes.
Okay, so that issue's settled for now. Okay, very good. Now, Resolution 2018-5. This is a resolution. Yeah, it's easy for you to say. Yeah, enunciating changes to the employee personnel manual and declaring it an emergency. What we have done is the the employee's manual needed updated. Bad.
Yeah.
Real bad. They didn't have an employee's manual, or much of one, of any substance to make us all accountable. I know we talk about transparency, but accountable is the other half of that. So we made changes to that handbook that makes everybody that works for this town accountable. For instance, a time clock. We had to introduce them to a time clock and introduce them to some rules and regulations that normal people work by, that the past administrators didn't ask out of them. When I came through the front door after I got sworn in, I said, "What's that noise back there in the back room, Misty?" She said, "That's Good Old Boys Club. They're leaving," when they found out you were coming in the front door. So that's the way our employees are going to be. They're going to be accountable to you people. Like one of these days, we're going to ask all of you people to be accountable to help this community out. So I need a motion to suspend the rules for 2018-05, which is change the employee's personal manual handbook.
I'll make that motion, sir.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Thank you, and you. Roll call vote.
Lowell.
Yes, we're suspending the rules, right?
Yes.
Yes.
David.
Yes.
Tom.
Yes.
Rebecca.
Yes.
Tammy.
I'm abstaining due to conflict of interest. My son is an employee. I choose not.
I understand.
And Becky.
Yes.
I need a, we just did? 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay, I need a motion to, I forgot where I was at. I need a motion to go through 1, 2, and 3.
You have that motion.
Second?
I'll second.
Thank you.
Discussion.
Now discussion.
Yes, I have some discussion on that. On page 2, the statement says no sick or vacation time can be carried over to the next calendar year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What are we going to do with Brett? Are we going to stop it? And if at the end of the year I have 5 or 6 days of vacation, they're done on January 1, I don't get them. That's what this says.
You get paid for them.
Pardon me?
You get paid for them.
You can cash them out.
No, it says if you have not used any sick time during the calendar year, you can cash out 80 hours paid out on the last pay period. That is sick time. What about my vacation time? Do I lose it?
No.
But you're saying it can't be carried over.
No. A vacation, normally, if you get a week's vacation, it's for a year's work. You agree?
Well, I don't know how much vacation time they're going to get in 1 year's time.
Well, I don't know either. I'm just using an example of most industries. If you're there 5 years, maybe you get 2 weeks. That's for that year. That's figured in.
Yep.
Cost every time you get a day off or an hour off, it costs the company that you work for, it costs them by the hour. It costs them, that's how finances is figured. So we did the same thing. Vacations, if you get a vacation, a week's vacation for 2018, then take it in 2018.
Use it or lose it is where I used to
Or
work.
cash it out at the end of 2018.
They used to tell
and
us.
then get more vacation in 2019. But that's the problem we run into now, carrying over the exorbitant payouts that some of them are expecting.
Well, I understand. I know. I understand all this.
Uh-huh.
And another thing, though, according to Ohio Revised Code, can't we accumulate sick time?
Can you accumulate sick time? Yes, you can accumulate sick time, but it's up It's up to the administration, it's up to the village to determine how much and under what circumstance.
But I have to use it at the end of the year?
That's entirely up to you.
Well,
It's
I
entirely
know
up to
that's up to
council,
me.
It's entirely up to the mayor to determine what those issues are.
I think this needs further study because I'm afraid some people are going to use vacation time or lose it, and they're also going to lose their sick time.
Now, also in the current employee handbook, if I can just make a note, in the employee handbook, depending upon the years of service you have here, depends upon how much vacation time you have. So if you've been here for 2 years, don't quote me, but there's certain vacation days that you accumulate. So each time you're here, you get a different amount of vacation time. So it's not like you're losing it because you're gaining it each year you've been here.
And you don't lose it, you just cash it out the end of the year. If you don't want to take a vacation, we don't care. But you're not going to carry 2 weeks over into the next year and then take the whole month off. Or, I'm just using examples, but most that I've dealt with, at the end of the year, you cash it out.
Mm-hmm.
That makes our book
Mine
work,
too.
her book work a lot easier to start the new year off with.
Well, I know in education and working, having been a teacher, there was no such rule. You can accumulate so many days of sick leave, and it would accumulate. You were never you never lost those.
Well, some companies were very generous.
Pardon?
Some companies or some employees were very generous. And now, I think if you check with retired state employees or state or federal retirees, that hole's drying up fast because they was so generous years and years ago. And we've been generous, but now we're under fiscal emergency.
Well, I know something needs to be done, but that's my concern.
Okay, that's fine.
We're losing it.
Do we want to put it on one reading or?
Well,
I've already
suspended the rules.
I've already
You're on
suspended the
1,
rules.
2, and 3. That's the motion. Now you need roll call.
Okay. Roll call for suspending the rules.
No, we've already suspended the rules. 1, 2, and 3.
That's why I say we already have.
Right. Just
So I need a roll call.
Yes.
roll call.
Yes.
What are we doing now? Voting on what?
1, 2, and 3.
3 readings. Suspending the 3 readings.
Yes.
Yes.
Lowell.
Yes.
Yes.
David.
Yes.
Tom.
Yes.
Rebecca.
Yes.
Tammy.
I abstain.
Becky.
Yes.
Move to adopt.
Yes. This is it is a resolution. Yes, it is a resolution. We'll adopt. Move to adopt 2018-5.
You have that motion, sir? Right down.
Second.
I'll second.
Thank you. Roll call to adopt.
No, I will vote no.
David.
Yes.
Tom.
Yes.
Rebecca.
Yes.
Tammy.
I abstain. Conflict.
And Becky.
Yes.
Is that 3? That was not, wasn't it?
Good.
Okay, resolution passed. Okay.
Can I ask a quick question? Or is
Sure
it
you
too late?
can.
So employees, this is a new policy, obviously. So if they already have a lot of accumulated time right now, the end of 2018, they'll be asked to cash it all out. So there's no more carryover. Because like right now,
Yeah.
if I already have 3 weeks saved up and then I get another week this year, so are we gonna like forewarn them, hey, this year you got to use it all, or yeah,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
So there will be no more
Carryover.
carryover after. Okay.
So as of now, I don't have any vacation time. And I don't have any sick time, right? According to what we've adopted.
Yeah, but you accrue it on hours worked. So when payroll comes into effect, depending upon what your accruing rate is, each employee has accruing rate. So each pay period, they get a certain rate. So they will accrue it come Friday, their accruing time.
But if our employee gets sick today, He doesn't have any vacation time or any sick time because we stopped
Well,
it.
you can't combine vacation and sick
No,
time.
I'm not combining them. But if I wanted to take vacation, I can't because I don't have any.
Well, you still have what you had from last, you still have.
But you
what-
said we couldn't carry it
No,
over.
no, as of this
Starting-
point forward.
As this point
All right.
forward.
So if you, whatever you currently have,
Yes.
you have.
Yeah, it's not gonna get,
Yeah.
But if I get
Technically, it'd be
sick
taken
in
away.
February, I don't have,
You're gonna have sick time. You're still
How
gonna have
much?
sick time, whatever
How
they
much?
have accrued.
Whatever you've accrued.
and most of the time that only about 2 or 3 days.
No.
You'll have all of 2017 still.
they haven't used.
We can't hear you over here.
Everything that you've already accrued prior to this, you still have that. You just have the rest of this year to use it all up. Because come 2019, there's no more
Carryover.
carryover.
Okay. It's your job to
that
figure it
right?
out.
Good job explaining it.
Okay, everybody happy with that? All right. Round table.
I want to bring up tonight, Bill, there's so much talk about people trying to legalize marijuana. And I saw what it did out to California and stuff, and I just hope the state of Ohio does not go to that direction, because the only thing that leads to is stronger stuff. And the village has enough problems it is, but I was had on the state channel, and they was talking about if state of Ohio would go for it. And I know if it ever happened in this village, I'd vote against that 100%. And also, I want to make a comment about our global warming. The global warming was sure cold for 2 weeks, basically, and whatever they call global warming. And I want to say that our crews was really great getting out, salting the streets, clearing them off. There was some nights it wasn't even so cold, and I'm pretty grateful we have such good street workers.
We do. Good workers. Thomas?
I just want to thank all the council members, Courtney, yourself, and the other lady
Thank
that
you.
left, for taking me under their wings and showing me a few things. I want to thank all of you for that. I appreciate that.
Not a problem.
And
You're more than welcome
out
in
there,
here,
it's easy to sit out there and judge.
right?
And then when you come back here and start seeing what's going on back there, it's a whole different ballgame.
It is. It
An
is.
eye-opener.
It's exciting. Mr. Anderson, Mr. A.
Too much. I've spoken enough tonight, so I don't have anything else to say.
Nothing? Burls?
Well, I want to thank Mark. Tom didn't mention Mark, but
Round table?
I've already started bugging him.
Nothing? Nothing?
I'll think of something later.
All right.
It's like us against them.
Okay. Okay.
That's fine.
Now it's your turn. Questions? Comments?
There's a impact meeting for Madison Plains Advisory Committee next Wednesday at the Township Hall in Fairfield Township, which is a big plain. We're looking for district input on levy options, either income tax or property tax levy. So the more Mount Sterling people that can be there, the better.
What time?
What time?
6 o'clock next Wednesday, the 17th, at the Fairfield Township Hall, which is in Big Plain.
Okay, Big Plain. Yeah, I know where it's, okay. You get that route down?
Yep.
Okay. Anybody else out there? Huh? Must be happy. Not a lot of complaining going on. Well, thank you all for coming tonight. I certainly, we're all delighted to see an audience take an interest in what's going on in town. I thank you all, and thank council. We're adjourned.
I think you can hear what they said.
No, barely. But
Don't leave, Courtney.
We didn't have no mark.
Yes, you can. Yeah, you're staying here too.
tell you not to leave.
Do you have a question? Do you have a question for Courtney or what's that?
Hours. So
3.
Okay.
Who suspended the rules?
I'm sorry, buddy.
That's all right.
Pardon?
Who was the second
I need to use all that vacation this year, or else
Sorry,
if I
who-
use
Resolution.
there is no need to
Here, one out there. Yes, sir.
According to how it's written,
That would
it's all-
be-
it's whatever you have accrued.
At the end of the year.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
At the end of the year.
So if I have a week vacation or 2 weeks and I haven't used any of that, and I accrued that,
Yes.
and I get a check for all of that.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so you don't, because some workplaces, like, you have to use so much and they'll only give you a buyout for like
Yeah.
so much. So and that goes forward.
Yes.
And then, can you carry over any sick time or carry over nothing?
Nothing.
You don't get a buyout, I'm assuming, for your sick time.
If you have not used any sick day, your only cash out is 80 hours. That's currently how it's written.
So if I get 5 sick days and I use one and I have 4 days
You
left,
cannot get 80 hours.
Hey, Mike, how are you doing?
but if I have 5 days and I don't use 5 days, then I can cash out for 80 hours.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. As long as you have not used a sick day.
Yeah,
That's how the
what he
policy
was
states right
talking
now.
about.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, Lauren.
No, go ahead.
What was that strike?
A little different perspective of here.
It was the village.
Well, because I know that there's some that got to start working right away.
It's just
Hi, how you doing?
Hi, how are you?
Hi,
So
how are you
it's that we
doing?
have a mayor, administrative assistant, utilities clerk,
So once you
workers,
assign
fiscal
those
officer,
committees,
clerk of council.
Now, we're not filling all those jobs. This is a description of,
Committee chairs.
yes, exactly.
Yes, you can have
Those will be done, those will be
So that's all it is identifying.
So like,
Yes.
So if you're not,
for example, I'm going to operate
No.
myself as finance chair, that's usually first time.
We might, yeah.
For water and wastewater, there's another committee. Streets.
Jack Dill.
Yes.
So did he hold that position before?
Yes, he did.
And then, did in the past year, did he not? And then
He
you're
did
bringing
not.
it back?
He did not because of the
Committee chairs.
problems that we were having.
Rules of council
He felt like that he should
once a month.
stay clear
Already set meetings
of
squad, fire.
problems that we were having.
Township.
So,
How long you held that position before?
So of course, and that's where it's challenging.
Rebecca?
Is finding something.
how long was Jackie Deal Parks and Rec manager before?
2 or 3
2 or 3
years.
years. 2 or 3 years.
And then, so then a year where he
With work
wasn't.
around
Yeah,
people's work
year
schedules
and,
like
yeah,
everyone
year,
else. But
year and a half.
whoever
Yeah,
your
year and a
chair or
half.
something
Yeah,
like that, you get
but
with
he's
your
back
other
now.
committee
He's the one
members,
that's like the
sometimes
sheriff's
it's even a
deputy too,
resident.
right?
Yeah,
The committee, and agree upon a date.
That's all my questions.
All right.
Okay.
We're gonna
Thanks,
get
honey.
this published on the website.
Mikey, what's up? Don't leave.
Thank you.
We're going good.
As I'm working with it.
Yeah, the finance is going to be so critical with the fiscal emergency, and you have a good feel for what we're faced with, because I feel positive as long as we stay the course, you know?
Was that for at least on its own already? And then basically one to adopt next year.
They don't accumulate anything.
I just want the best for the village, I really do.
This is only for
Thank you, Dave.
Like I said, we've been on too many committees together, we know.
Hey, we've been through a lot.
We've been through counting London and everything, Custer's.
Oh my goodness. We
How
have,
was your first meeting?
It was good.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'll tell you, the more you get into it, I know. I remember my first month in the council, I looked around everybody else, I said, "Why do this?"
More or less.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the year, yes. You're not a new employee. You've got your seniority. You've got every.
Like,
You
you
got,
know,
like she said, the accumulation
what's
of
that?
vacation time
meeting.
speeds gets bigger and
I'm really
bigger,
concerned,
like a
like, where do you
snowball
interject, like,
as
if
the
you think there
years.
should be a
Right.
change
So,
in something?
yeah.
Like, you don't want to vote no, but
Yeah.
like,
They just
When they ask for discussion.
right.
I don't know if, did they always ask for discussion? I don't know that they asked every time for discussion. I don't think they did.
You're welcome, buddy. Anytime.
Any committee is allowed to raise.
Doing well, and you? Thank you.
Yeah, but like, who would? Who?
Hi, Mark. How you doing?
Yeah,
Thank you.
she can tell you specifically.
Time of vacation policy right now.
Better line of
Carry over as
communication
much
and
as they
relationship.
Yes.
Yeah, the sick time can accumulate to
Correct. And if you don't use a sick day for the whole entire year, you can get cashed out 80 hours.
Yeah, that's what you said. I was just like,
Yes.
so I can compare it to what was offered before today.
Yes.
So before today.
You could carry over anything and everything.
If you didn't lose it, you could carry it over, but it could really build up and.
Yes. As
You
it
can
happens.
get a buyout whenever you wanted.
Well, you can only give a buyout at the last pay period of the year.
No, before.
No, it was still the last pay period of the year. And that was only 80 hours.
Only 80 hours.
As long, again, as long as
forget
sick
who was-
time, as long as you
forget
can
who was in
take
charge
a
of
day
that.
throughout
I
the year.
forget.
Are you taking off?
Oh, that's right. That's right. Crisco.
Sometime soon, I'd like to.
Okay. Not a problem.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Not a
If
problem.
you have, okay, we'll use 2017 for an example.
Together?
2017.
There you
Not
go.
working against each other.
That's,
Okay, that means I can cash out 80 hours of sick time.
that's right. And,
Okay.
Good. How's it going with you?
Now, the new policy or the old?
This was the old policy.
You know,
So the
I
sick
mean,
time never changed, so that's what.
we were just a kid,
I don't think you quite understood
kid,
that.
but
That never
still a
changed.
lot of hard feelings
It's
here.
just
in
that you
Dexter.
cannot carry over
And
anything
it
after.
boils down to money.
You know,
Bottom
you
line
can
is
get
money.
thousands of hours depending upon
So
how
they-
long you're here.
They still feel bad because they don't have
1,000
a
hours of sick
school.
time.
And like I've told Tim and
You accumulated a week of sick
Boone
time
and all of them,
of vacation.
I said, look,
Before,
you know,
carry all that vacation.
I understand where you're coming from, Tim.
And if you didn't
You know,
use
I think
any sick time, you could cash
those
out
guys
80
do a heck of a
hours,
job up
carry the
there.
rest
Yes, you could.
over.
Yep.
I think we're very fortunate
That's how
to
it's currently
have
done.
Tim
Change
and
for the sick part now.
you and the rest of them up there.
Correct.
Okay.
Do a
But you
good
still get
job.
paid out.
I don't care how good job you do, unless you show me a plan.
That's all right.
Tells me there's going to be a schoolhouse in Mount Sterling one of these days before we all
How's those
pass away.
planes coming along?
We're looking at the gift horse. I'm telling you, I'm just being honest
We've talked
and
about it.
frank with you. I cannot be any more honest with you than that.
I know. I told you guys. I would love to come back.
If I can see that, if you can show me that, I'll guarantee you,
Just
we'll have a
working and
bandwagon going
carrying
through
on.
town.
Yeah, we are.
And you can say schoolhouse.
Yeah, we're making it.
I guarantee you.
Making
But
sure that
until
we,
then,
bring
it's
back
not
some of
going to
that
work.
money.
Well, we have to hit the ground running now. And we gotta start.
I understand the position you're in. I know.
Yeah,
You know, we're talking about it and
I know. You guys are in.
Ward went out the
You're
back
in
door.
a, you know, you're in a pinch like we're in a pinch. I understand. I've talked to Tim
Watching the kids and
about
how
it
they're
several
pulled out,
times.
but,
I
you
know
know,
where he's coming from, but
How you guys doing?
cannot change the fact
everybody I said hi over there.
people
I seen Jolene.
we're building new homes every day.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I seen her.
People want a schoolhouse in this town. They want a K through 6. They want that in this town. I've talked
I know.
to
Take some of them
different
calendars.
congressmen
Hey,
and
take
senators
calendars.
and everything
Go get you a
about
calendar too.
building our own school.
Oh, she got a pretty calendar.
That's when it's about as far as the grocery. Well, I do have a meeting next week with about a grant for a grocery store, but it's hard to get that stuff started.
Well, anyway.
Well, Bill, make it easy, man.
Thanks. If you get that, I'll guarantee you, you'll have Mount Sterling on board. I guarantee you will.